2, 1, 2. Levels is good. Levels is good. Levels is good.
Let's see yours. Mike.
Microphone check 1, 2. Microphone check 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hood. Rounds. This Anthits, the franchise guru, back with the real talk, the realness, the show, playoffs, year 5, and awards. We ready to go through our league. We just ended week 17. We are now in the wild card rounds, wild card weekend in the building, baby. And we got a special guest on deck with us, DC hitter, fresh from Las Vegas, hanging at the poolside with fat bitches, chilling. You know how we do it. Motherfucking the real Boone Tupac is back, our previous Super Bowl champion. He said don't address him without calling him what?
Champ, bitch.
The champ, bitch. So now, you gonna defend your Super Bowl though, my boy?
You already know, man. That shit's already locked up in the bag, man. I got my ticket already stamped.
You's a confident motherfucker, bro. You been flying high since you won the Super Bowl, my boy. So we gonna, before we get into the playoff race, let's get to these awards and standings and shit and what happened over here in RDL 2, man. The best league around, hands down. Don't ask nobody, find out yourself. So we right now MVP of the league. There's some controversy going on right now because DC Snake Eyes, he ain't the real DC, fuck that. Snake Eyes is upset that Stephen Carr didn't win the MVP award. He wasn't able to play his game week 17. Justin Fields jumped over top of him. Cussing me out in the DM right now over this, man. I don't know what type of game Falk had at the end, but I don't know if you think he could have won it or not. But our MVP of the league is, surprise, surprise, rookie quarterback sensation, the best player that came out in 2022's draft class, Justin Fields, man. This guy is a dual threat quarterback, got 4.5, 140 yards dash time, and a cannon for an arm. He's very poised. He reminds me, like, at his level of football he playing right now, he kind of got like a damn near Tom Brady, Peyton Manning type. Not Peyton Manning for say, but more like a Tom Brady it factor to him, though. Like, that can run the ball, that's mobile and athletic. Well, he won the MVP, man. Carr was second up, Lamar Jackson, and highlight Armstead was third. We had a nice little piece that snuck up here and got the fifth. Mark Walton, the running back from Seahawks. This running back played for the Colts, man. He was one of the first spreadsheet running backs drafted in our first spreadsheet class from Miami. The Colts had him, traded it to him. The Colts couldn't do nothing with him, and the Seahawks took him and turned him into a top 5 running back. So, but the surprise thing was Jarrett Garantano. This guy has done some things in this league. In this season, he might have had the best season I ever seen out of a quarterback, but he got hurt. He got dropped. This guy run him a lot. This guy got dropped, and he's out for 8 weeks. He will be missing the entire playoffs, which is killing the Vikings right now. But I'm going to give a shout out to Jarrett Garantano, the Tennessee native, New Jersey native that played for Tennessee University. Had almost 1,000 yards rushing as a quarterback and threw for 3,000 plus yards. Very impressive. Anything you got to say about Justin Fields, though, Boone, winning the MVP?
Man, I didn't expect it, man, but I'm not shocked that he did. But I do got something to say about, Carr and DC Snake Eyes. First off, man, I think man need to fix this shit. This shit's broken. If you don't make the playoffs, there's no reason that you should be fucking bitching about winning MVP. All right? Just because Armstead got dick rolled for the whole goddamn season doesn't mean he should have been MVP either, even though he was in the playoffs. Y'all get that shit fucked up, man. So you got Armstead going 8-8. You know what I mean? Just because he had 50 carries a game, he shouldn't be MVP. Just like Stephen Carr. It's the same thing, man. So don't be butthurt. because that last game really wouldn't have did nothing anyways. I'm pretty sure the stats that you got for the computer probably put you in second place because you're not that good. You're really not that good.
Damn,
so,
you coming in like that though? Straight like that?
Hey,
He's gonna come in not that good? I mean, listen though, he was looking for that MVP race, bro. He gave his running back 37 carries in week 15, bro. He wanted that award. So he feels slighted right now, and I ain't mad at him for feeling that way. So I'm saying if he gave that guy another 38 carries, who knows what would have happened.
He only put up 62 yards week 17.
Week 17, and that was a computer game though.
Yeah,
he didn't play that game. But look, go back to week 16. What did he do in week 16?
Justin Fields put up 345 yards his last game.
Week 17, how many touchdowns did he throw?
5 touchdowns, 3 interceptions.
Yeah, you wasn't one of you couldn't do nothing to stop that. He had a great day. He's nothing you could do to stop that. But like I said, he had a game against the Titans where he had 37 carries in that game. So he had 200 plus yards. So I think in his head he felt if I get this guy 50 carries for the next 2 weeks, he should be good.
Week 16, 36 carries, 217 yards per car, 3 touchdowns.
What was his yard per average?
6 yards average.
I mean, that ain't bad. That's a lot of goddamn carries, man. They ain't. I mean, we got a lot of guys that run the hell out the football in this league, but all right. You know what, Boone? I'm going. I gotta come at you a little bit, boy. Listen, man. That man played. Listen, first of all, I've seen him go from getting aired by 80 to having a 10-5 record. All right, he turned this team around. He said it. You know, I call him trade gate because he be on some bullshit with his trades and shit, but he get it done. He put a team together. He got a good team on the field, and he had a positive season this year. So I want to give a shout out to Snake Eyes, little butt ass, for having a good year, man. He's 9-7 on the season. After being top 10 every year, he's been picking the top 5 actually every year, and now he got it right. So he's on the move. I don't know if running the ball the entire game like that is going to get him into the playoffs or even make him an elite player in this league, but he's done something. He put a hell of a team together. He played the Gunners like week 14, 15, and made that guy nail the ball down the whole second half because of what he put on the field. He got a lot of traded pieces over there, and he got a nice little all-star team sitting over there, and his defense is strong. So he can make some things happen, and we're not going to ignore the fact that he's 9-7, and this guy was second in the MVP run before you even try airing him any farther. Now, what's Justin Fields' stats on the year? Anybody close to that where we can see these overall what he did all year?
Let's see. Justin Fields, what did he do all year? Hey, fuck that, man. DC Snake Eye, he ass. He ain't playing no damn body.
He ain't play nobody?
He ain't playing no fucking body. Then got aired for the 37-0 by ball coach.
He put up 5,407 yards, 58 touchdowns to 42 interceptions.
Now that interception ratio is high. I mean, how many sacks did he take?
He took 55 sacks.
I mean, it sounds like it's a lot, but in this league where you got fucking defensive ends just as fast as running backs and quarterbacks and receivers.
Hold on, there's more. He had 41 rush attempts for 296 yards.
Okay.
So some of those sacks might have been just trying to get out the pocket and get out of it.
Right. I mean, the only thing I see that's not good is those interceptions. But then we are talking about a rookie quarterback right now. So, I mean, most rookie quarterbacks, everybody's rookie quarterbacks is donated and throw a lot of interceptions. That's just part of the growing process. But for him to come in the league and do what he did, well, we knew this. DC, we talked about this earlier. Yeah, this was the best guy, and this was the best player in the draft by far. And he went 18. I think he went 18. Yep, he went 18. He went first round, pick 17. Oh, let's see. We gotta go to it right now.
13?
Where you go, Justin Fields? Sorry, we a little behind on our shit right now. He went 18. Yeah, pick 18. Yep. So he goes pick 18 to one of the best. Listen, here's the thing. First of all, Falk grabbed Randy Moss's son at pick 17, and I think he went back to back, right? 17, 18.
16. He picked 16. I had 17.
Now, when you're looking at this spreadsheet, at this point we in season 4, going into season 5. So our draft class is season 5's draft class. So you looking at the spreadsheet and you see this quarterback. This guy was by far the best player in that draft. Like, I mean, I'm not saying by need he was the best player, but this was the best player in that class. For him not to go top 10 was amazing to me. Like, if you sitting in the top 10 in this draft, any draft, most people that's sitting in the top 5 are looking for a quarterback. Am I lying?
No.
And that's how it normally is. And for this guy to not even be looked at, like he just didn't get looked at, that tells you what people really value when it comes down to draft picks. Like we was talking about this earlier, everybody's intrigued with speed and size. I mean, that's the formula, but not the formula. So we allow 17 teams to pick 16 teams to pick in front of him and let him go to a guy that plays in the NFC Championship every year. Now he has him a quarterback. Now before this, the Lions, that was their problem. They haven't had a stud quarterback. Most of them was free agent guys that he just made great. Now he has a great quarterback that he can do things with, and that's scary for people to allow him to get there. I mean, NFC Player of the Week, Week 6, Week 7, Week 14. He got Most Valuable Player of the League and Offensive Rookie of the Player and Best Quarterback. It's a lot of value. That's a lot of XP points that you about to put on this guy going into this playoff run. I think it's just due. This is a stud quarterback right here.
Not to mention, he's the first quarterback to win MVP in this league.
Wow, that's big. That's big.
Yeah.
That's very big. You're right. You're 100% right. You're 100% right. First quarterback to win MVP in this league has always been a running back, right?
Yeah.
And a receiver. I think Chark won it year 1. Wide receiver Chark won it year 1. That's crazy, yeah. So first quarterback, and shout out to King Falk for putting them numbers up, man, doing what you do over there. And we just hope to see it get better and hope them interceptions turn down, man. But Justin Fields, man, he came in the league as the best player in that draft class, and he walks out of the league as the best player of the league. So that's big. That's how you draft. You draft that guy and you make him produce on the field. That's straight over there. And you go to other awards, and we looking at. Let's start with the AFC, and we'll talk about the AFC Offensive Player of the Year. Well, Stephen Carr, Steven, whatever you want to call him, he got it. But my surprise here was Dalvin Cook, man. Dalvin Cook fell out of the masses and wasn't even thought about, and the new Steelers coach came in and made Dalvin Cook a top priority in this league. Probably one of the best running backs as of right now in a league full of real spreadsheet players. Tyreek Black, Bunnies, he's sitting here. Nick Chubb. When it come down to AFC, DC, though, it seemed like Boone just everywhere when it come down to awards. What are the rest of these guys doing?
They're non-existent.
Then when you go play him and you see his overall say 96, 97 as a team, you want to know why. Oh, man, this fucking guy's team is great. Well, it's great because he's winning all the goddamn awards every year. Somebody need to step up and do something about this over here, man. I mean, look at it. You got Tyreek Black, Nick Chubb. All right, N'Kosi Perry. This is his top 3 players on offense is sitting in the Offensive Player of the Year awards. But the winner of that was Stephen Carr. You go look at Defensive Player. Listen, man, this guy right here, he was lights out. You let the middleman get another middleman. All right, this linebacker was probably the best linebacker in that draft class. I call him Bishop Gorman because that's where he's from. If anybody follow high school kids, go look at Bishop Gorman and look at this linebacker and see what he done in high school. But I don't know his stats, his numbers, Boone. You could tell us this. What did he do to end up winning this Defensive Player of the Year?
Man, first off, man, he picked off the fucking ball, picked off everything in the middle. That was the first thing, but he also had 98 tackles.
98 tackles. Did he lead the league in interceptions this year?
I want to say he did, man. It was close. He had 98 tackles, 19 for loss, 7.5 sacks, 13 interceptions, and 3 returns for touchdowns.
All right. I mean, he was a monster all year, man. He was definitely one of the best players in the entire league all year long, man. And we go look at these rookies out here. Kalon Barnes. Now, this guy is hurt right now, but he was completely the Ravens' whole entire offense. I don't know, DC, have you followed any of his games this year? But he came out explosive with what he had first week, 4 touchdowns, Boone, 3 or 4 touchdowns a week. Came out explosive. Now, this guy ran a 9.9 and 100 in high school. They calling him the fastest kid in high school, far as track speed. So, and then it translates. Most people, you know, you got these track guys that can play football and track guys that can't. There's more that can't than can. So he's actually a football player with track speed, and he's legit, man. This guy getting the ball early in our offense. It's too bad we're not gonna better see him in the playoffs unless he moves on. He got the Broncos in the playoffs this year, but Kalon Barnes, man, we had him as a top 5 receiver this year in this league. He put up numbers, man. Lorenzo Lingard, the running back for the Bills. This was the number 1 running back in the spreadsheet. Actually, he was number 3, but he was the best running back in the spreadsheet by far. Then you got Jungle, as always. He always got a new receiver sitting up here. Sometimes I think that's his downfall, Boom.
Oh, yeah, man. Like, he probably had the best receiving core in the league, man. I don't know why he goes and gets a receiver every year. I guess that's his thing.
I mean, he played quarterback himself, so I think he just like getting receivers throwing the ball around. But Jalen Waddle was another speedster from Alabama. This guy was flying too, 4.2 speed. So, but my sleeper was Matthew Hill. He said, as you can see, he's sitting here at 4. And Amon-Ra St. Brown, man. That's Equanimous St. Brown. They got the 3 St. Brown brothers. They all in the league right now, in our league as far as real draft. But one of them is in the league for the Packers in real life. The other 2 are still in college. One just got to college, which is him right here. He was the number 8 pick player overall in the top 300 ESPN out of incoming freshmen. So this guy's lights out. I mean, 6-10 record. The Texans ain't really show nothing with him, but he's still sitting here at 5. It ain't hard to get your rookies up there if it ain't no real stats running around. But defensive rookie of the year, of course, surprise, surprise, Bishop Gorman. The Patriots, Deshaun White, linebacker, and how you say his name? DeMarvion Overshawn. I was surprised with these guys. These guys, safety and a defensive linebacker, pretty solid this year. Best quarterback, surprise, surprise, the MVP of the Super Bowl last year, N'Kosi Perry. We still arguing that he's the best quarterback in the league now?
Yeah, man, tell somebody to throw me.
So what makes him the best quarterback in the league? Because he won the Super Bowl last year?
No, man, just the things he's able to do, man. The situations he's able to get out of, the plays that he's able to make that most some other quarterbacks can't make. Garrett Tannehill probably would have been the quarterback that could make it, but hey, he broke something. But right now, man, he's the number 1 quarterback.
Nah, I can't give him the number 1 quarterback. His body of work, he's there, he's getting there, he's pushing the envelope, but he ain't the number 1 quarterback, bro. Kudos to you. You run around with him, you do some things with him, you can throw the ball from the pocket with him. You're pretty solid with him. He's a great quarterback in your system. I think he's a system quarterback more than anything. He fits your system perfect. You drafted the great quarterback. But his body of work is just not better than Lamar Jackson to put him in front of him, bottom line. You got one Super Bowl, you get another one. You get another one, then we can start talking. Until then, stop that bullshit. Now, Deshaun Watson was over in Texas. They didn't think he can get it done over there. He goes right to the Ravens and become a top-notch quarterback over there. So I'm liking that. You got Drew Lock for the Steelers sitting here, Hunter Johnson, and then Dwayne Haskins sitting here at quarterbacks. Best running backs in the AFC, Steve Carr, Dalvin Cook, Salvon Ahmed, the fastest man on earth in the fucking league right now. Nick Chubb still sitting there, Gaskin and Weber. My guy is Royce Freeman in the AFC, man. He's one of the top running backs for real. This guy is a horse. 90-something speed, probably like 91, 92 speed, if that. But he's always the 1,000-yard back every year. Wide receivers, here we go. Tyreek Black, Bunnies. Let's talk about this guy, too, because you think he's the best receiver in the league right now, too.
Yeah, man, Chark, not being in Interstate 11, they were pretty good receivers in the league, man. But I think it's time for them to pass the torch to Tyreek Black. And he made some great catches last year in the Super Bowl to let everybody know that he was here.
This nigga made 1 catch in the Super Bowl. Listen, DC, man, go to the stats real fast, receiver stats, please. This fucking guy. You telling me right now you that confident to put him in front of Chark or Interstate right now?
Or Marshall. Y'all forgetting about Marshall and
Baby Rice. You forgetting about Baby Rice sitting over there.
Listen, Tyreek Black played 1 series in week 17, man. And look at his stats. That's all I'm saying. He could have a lot more stats than that. I didn't even play.
All right, so we gonna let you stop patting yourself in the back, and we're gonna have our guest interviewer on here. Let's talk about this, DC. Is this guy the number 1 receiver in this league? You've played against all of us: Chark, Interstate, and Tyreek Black. Who's the most dangerous receiver? He played against all three of us. Who's the most dangerous receiver in your eyes?
Well, I have to go with the 49ers, not because of one player, but they have two.
Sitting there chilling. Two.
They on the stat line, they're sitting back to back.
Chilling.
You got Interstate 11 with 1,900 yards, and then you have Marshall in his rookie season, 2,000 yards, 72 interceptions, a whopping dub for the touchdown. One touchdown.
What else? Who else got what?
Yeah, 20 touchdown receptions, bro.
Yeah, and then you Interstate 11 with 21. That's 41 touchdowns.
Between two people.
Between two people. Receiving.
And you still fixing your lips to say Tyreek Black. Look, Tyreek Black, I love him. Bunnies, he's the man. He go up and get balls. He make crucial catches. He's big time football. But his work, his body of work is not big enough yet for you to crown him the best receiver. I still think Chark is still the best receiver.
Chark is leading the league in reception yards. He has 68 receptions, 25 touchdowns. That is the most in the league. 25 is without a doubt the most touchdowns in the league this year.
And if you scroll down some DC hitter, go get it. The motherfucking half Chinese, half black receiver he got is sitting in the top 5 too. If not top 10.
16 touchdowns, 1,391 yards.
Now, can you find another receiver from the Browns that's sitting in the top 10? I'll wait.
Listen, that's all good and well, man. But like I told you, DC, who else had what? All right, so at 2 receivers, they did pretty well. I think it's tight end might have did something. Falk did, Chark did something. Go Get It did something. Moss did something. Hey man, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 receivers. You know what I mean? That hey, we throwing the ball around. We sharing the wealth, man. I got 5 receivers with close to probably 500 each.
And your point?
Just because I did a dick ride.
500?
Like, right, your point.
500 each.
Your point.
3 weeks.
That's 3 weeks stats. That might be 2 weeks for the top 3 we talking about. That's 2 weeks stats for the top 3 we talking about.
Okay,
damn near one.
Your next receiver is Gilbert Waynes with 664 yards, 3 touchdowns, 26 interceptions.
And you want to talk about him? 3 touchdowns. He went from your number 1 receiver to 3 touchdowns.
You gotta think objectively. You can't think, flashy. You gotta think objectively. If T Black has 2,100 yards, 19 touchdowns, right? Interstate has what? All right, he has a lot of touchdowns, right? I have 4 guys that equals up to Marshall's touchdowns. That means I spread the ball around. I didn't just dick
You got 4 guys that equal to whose touchdowns?
No, yards.
You got it don't matter,
you got 4 guys that equal 1.
Yes. That's called not dick riding, man.
That's it. Who am I dick riding?
You can't say it's dick riding when you have 2 receivers doing the same thing on either side of the field. That's not really dick riding. Come on
that's
now.
spreading the ball around.
72 receptions and 58 receptions. 72 and 58. That's over 100 receptions between 2 receivers.
You got Interstate who drawing double teams, triple teams at times. You got people that's running their corners 30 yards back before they even hike the ball, double teaming Interstate, and he still put the numbers up he did along with the rookie coming in and just making that other extra piece over there. My tight end get work. My tight end get work, but now I can't say he got enough work to be able to put him in there. But then you go to Falk. Falk got 2 receivers doing the same shit, plus a tight end that damn near got 1,000 yards receiving. So like, what? You saying you're not a one-trick pony, but your numbers is not adding up to not one-trick pony. T Black was dick riding. You dick rided T Black because you can't talk about a guy that got 3 touchdowns and 500 yards. That's an ass season right now, bro. Niggas getting that in 2 games.
You're not looking at Chubbs. 38
Man,
receptions.
nobody don't care about all that
Almost
shit, bro.
600 yards, 6 touchdowns.
You reaching
Hey,
right
listen, we
now. You
spread
going
the
to your
ball.
whole offense right now, nigga. We talking about receivers right now. Who the receivers, and we talking about how good these receivers are. And is Tyreek Black considered the #1 receiver in this league? He might be in the top 5, but he might not even be top 5 right now, bro. He not ready yet.
Listen.
He had a great year this
champion.
year, bro. There you
Call
go. Call
Tyreek
me a
Black
champion. There you go.
And
You
we'll
all
be
that
back
all
next
he
year.
look. All he do is
Meet
go
me
to
there.
that. Look, all he do
Meet
is
me
go to
there.
that when it come down to being factual. Man, let's move on to the offensive line over here. So we see the Jaguars, Ravens, Steelers all over here with offensive linemen. We'll slide on over. Defensive line, Ravens, Steelers, Chiefs, Colts. Is like now the AFC got a nice little spread here. You don't see the same names popping up, same team names popping up over at defensive line. Linebackers, you definitely got that shit on lock. Malik Jefferson has been doing what he's been doing since year 1, and then I call him Palomalo, but the linebacker version, but I call him Bishop Gorman. Bishop Gorman shitting. I will admit to that. Now, when you get to DBs, we gotta give the Jets some credit here right now. Jets, I love what he doing with his Ohio State backfield. He got all Ohio State DBs right now. Jeffrey Okudah is playing work. Now, what about these Bills sitting here with 3 guys in the top 4 right now? You know, what's going on with that?
Let me see.
Computer love.
Dante Jackson, Jalen Thompson, Michael Jackson.
Sitting here, you got 2 corners and a safety.
All with 10-plus interceptions on the season.
Wow.
11, and 10.
Well, we do know the Bills play good defense. If one thing he can do, he build a good defense, and they play good D over there. And I'm impressed with this. You got 3 guys sitting here with 10-plus interceptions. That's nuts. That's balling out. That's balling out. Let's get over to the NFC, and let's look at from the NFC standpoint. So, highlight Roquell Armstead. He thinks his guy's the best running back in the league. Are you safe with saying that though, DC? Highlight.
He's to be respected.
Yeah, definitely to be respected. He's always in the top 3 every year of offensive defense. Offensive MVP or league.
If you want to go with stats, it's comparable to Carr.
Right.
They both put up the same type of numbers on the year. They both average, and I mean this, they both average 144 yards a game.
Wow.
They both put up 27 touchdowns.
And the only separation between them, and that the yardage and the carries.
The carries, yeah.
Y'all give these guys too much credit, man.
How? Why are we giving them too much credit, man? You gotta get, man. Listen, man. If a guy, listen, all right, look, the Colts, his running back, this is his first time doing anything, and it's his credit. He goes, this is his first season being healthy. Now that goes to the fact that you're giving him the ball 1,000,000 times a game, and he's just not durable enough to take on that type of punishment. But highlights is in the top. Every season he's sitting up there in the top rushing and MVP races every year with this guy, bro. So what are we not?
Yeah. Listen, man, when your offense is 80%, well, actually fucking 95% run, that shit's to be expected. You know what I mean? Like, and we all know that basically once you get a running back, that's the formula. You get a running back, it's easy to win awards with running backs, man.
Yeah, well, hey, we'll go to the stats. Rockwell has 322 carries on the year.
Mm-hmm.
The next guy that's closest to him in carries is Royce Freeman, and he only put up 1,559 yards.
Right. And he had 300. How many carries?
Yeah, 322. Now you look at that Stephen Carr, he put up 388. Mark Walton put up 351, and he is exactly 400 yards below Armstead in yardage. You have to respect it.
You gotta respect it. Man, we call him boy highlights for a reason, bro. We call him highlights for a reason.
Those 2 teams, you said, so the Broncos and who else?
Seahawks.
The Colts?
I'm going with running backs. It's regardless of what team it is.
It matters who you play. It matters who you play. It definitely does.
Well, no, because you saying that if your running game, if your run game is 90% of your offense, we're looking at the rest of the running backs in the league that's doing the same thing that he's doing. They're not matching up.
So when you try to say that this guy is his whole offense revolves around him running the ball, well, you got 3 to 4 other running backs that got the same amount of carries as he got right now too. So in that bracket, if they all carrying the ball the same amount, all of them is sitting high 300s right now, and his numbers is still different from all of theirs. Like, so at the end of the day, he's not that far off from Stephen Carr. They like neck to neck with everything, and he just told you 140 yards a game. If you know that
this is not to say that he's not a good back. You know what I mean? But I'm sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I'm listening. This is debate. This is what we want.
So it's not to say he's not a good back, man, but when you go look at this quarterback, come on, 9 touchdowns, 20 interceptions, 1,500 yards. Like, come on, he ran the ball the whole time. I mean, he split carries. I mean, he did have a running back with 134 carries, 600 yards. But that's his offense.
You know what the greatest sign of greatness is? Here, and especially in sports, here's the greatest sign of greatness. When you know that this person is who you have to worry about all game long and you still can't do nothing about it. That's a sign of greatness, bro. Every year we know Armstead is going to run a counter and we got to be able to stop that shit, and he continually to score 20 plus touchdowns a season and damn near 2,000 yards. He's never had a year under 1,500 yards unless he was hurt.
Like I said, man, this is not to take away from him, because yes, he is a great running back, and yes, he probably is the top running back in the league. But hey,
boom, we gotta give him credit. We went for saying that this running back is not an every down back at all. He's like a Reggie Bush. I know. I said it, but you was right in agreement with me. And we talked about this guy, and he wasn't going to do this. He wasn't going to. Every time we say something about him, all we see is his name at the top of everything every fucking year. Armstead sitting right there, highlights, sitting right there doing what he do every goddamn game. We all know what we try to do to stop this guy. We all want to be able to tackle him. We all want to stop the counter, and he continue to produce. Not only he's probably it's running backs in the league that's blazing, bro. But this guy right now, if you give him 1 ounce of daylight in the open field, he might be the hardest fucking running back to tackle. Not breaking tackle wise and all that. It's just he's just in that system, and that system runs him well, and he turns that corner on you on them counters, and he's gone, bro. Like, every year this guy is in the top 3 rushing every year with this guy since he's been in the league. Like he's lights out, bro. He a top 10 player in this league, yo. He's a top 10 overall player in this league. This guy's lights out. All right, so defensive player of the year. Let's talk about surprise ball coach. I'm a little pissed off right here because I thought Bradley Chubb was going to get his due. But again, we talked about this a little bit last night. Ball coach has the best defense in the league by far. He's the most dangerous player we ever met on defense. We never seen a system the way he run it. We never seen a scheme like that, and it can't be duplicated. We all try, and none of us can. Every year, these same 2 guys are sitting at 1, 2, or 3. Every year, Montez Sweat, Tyquan Lewis sitting at 1, 2, or 3 all the time. This guy is, as you can see, he is so confident. He says if he scores 7 points, he feels as though he's gonna win every game. If he scores 7 points, his defense is that lights out, man. So this ain't a different story with this guy. Every fucking year, it's one of his outside linebackers is number 1. Period. Defensive player of the year.
49.5 sacks.
Look at this shit. Between 2 players, 49.5 sacks.
49.
I mean, you literally got 3 seconds to throw the fucking football when you play him. Literally. And he don't give a flying fuck. He gonna sit in that shit and say beat it. And I mean, we've won games right now. Sooner or later, that recipe is gonna put him in that dance. Sooner or later, it's coming. Hope it ain't this year, but it's coming. Offensive Rookie of the Year, surprise, you got Justin Fields, Terrence Marshall. I would talk about Keontae Ingram, but he didn't play enough football this year as a coach. A lot of computer games there. But let's talk about Terrence Marshall, since we know Justin Fields won the Rookie of the Year. But Terrence Marshall put some numbers up for his rookie season, considering that he ain't the number 1 guy over there in 49er Nations, man. This guy balled out this year. Completely balled out.
Yeah, he had a great season, man. I think something that contributes to the pressure that Interstate puts on defense.
Right.
To over top coverage, probably sometimes double cover. interstate. So that kind of left him open in one-on-one situations. So.
I definitely agree that a lot of his success was due to interstate. Like that's what he was drafted for, to be a 1-2 punch, and it worked out this year. I mean, he got us at 15-1 right now, sitting in the playoffs, sitting home with a home field advantage all year long, and he produced in that role. I mean, they're great numbers. I mean, no one's gonna ever beat Chark's rookie season record and all that shit, but this is great numbers for a receiver, man. Like, I think he's a name that's going to be definitely talked about as the season progresses in real draft, though. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Ronnie Perkins for the Eagles. You got Dallas Grant. These all spreadsheet guys. Jalen Green, Quantel Raines, big-time safety. So we got some ballers over there. When you go to quarterback, Fields, Lamar Jackson, and Garantano. Garantano wins this hands down if he don't drop week 15. Period. Week 14, I mean. He wins this hands down. Like I said, yo, I don't know if DC, have you played him yet?
Who?
The Vikings.
No.
This guy, man, his offense is dangerous, bro. Like, what he do with his quarterback is crazy, bro. But at the same time, his Achilles heel is what he do with his quarterback. He can lose his helmet at any moment. He can lose his helmet, and he lost his helmet against the Giants and shit. And this guy out for 8 weeks. Best running back, surprise, Armstead sitting there. I like Jaron Lucas for the Rams. He's big time. Anthony Grant. Ryan Green, a pretty solid running back. Zaquandre White has played a great season too. If he turned the fumbles down, I would have had him in my top 5 this year for the running back position. Wide receivers is the same names as always sitting up here. Chark, Marshall, Interstate, and Go Get It. Offensive line, you got the Niners, Lions, Niners. Then you got the Seahawks. Defensive line, this is impressive. Bradley Chubb, I'm glad he won one. He deserved it. He was the best defensive end coming out of the first year spreadsheet. He won one, finally, about time, but I like the Bucks what he did. He got 2 guys up here. But then look what the Lions did. Christian Recker at D tackle had damn near 19 sacks. How many sacks did this guy have at D tackle?
Yeah, it was more than 19. Yeah, 19.4.
I mean, you got your 3 down linemen is sitting here, and they all got double-digit sacks right now. That's big. That's big-time football right there, man. You got Rector, Sweat, and Johnson all with double-digit sacks right now. You know ain't nobody beating ball coach at the linebacker position. He run a true 3-4, and they be fucking everybody up all game long. And then DBs, man, Jalen Green, Troy Akpe, B.J. Foster, and you got Marcus Toyola. They all played solid this year. So that's the awards, man. Let's talk about these playoffs real fast. So wild card weekend is upon us, and we got some butt bitches trying to hold the league up, trying to play Thursday or something like that. Like we gonna allow that to happen. But right now in the playoff round, here's the wild card round. Ravens versus Broncos. Anybody got any predictions in this game?
Oh man. I got the Broncos taking this, man. I just don't believe in the Ravens, man. Even though he in my division, he hasn't really showed me anything besides blowouts. I think I beat him 60-67 or something. But yeah, I just don't believe he has the offense.
DC, you know how he always make it about himself. Don't he always make that shit about himself, bro? He got a habit of that shit, bro.
It's called the boom factor.
Yeah, the boom factor.
Full circle though, man, because basically he doesn't have the offense to contend with the Broncos defense.
You don't think so? I think the Broncos really play really good defense. He got top 5 D. I think this game goes to the Broncos, and I think the Broncos beat him by 17 points only because his best weapon is not in this game. And I think that's the reason why he ain't trying to play it right away. Like, I think if he had this guy, his receiver, this game would be being played right now. Vikings, Redskins, this is a big game. Now, take in mind, the best player on the field, one of the best players on the field will not be in this game. He'll be on the sideline right now. Vikings on their way to the Redskins right now. Any predictions? I think this is a low-scoring game still, and I think ball coach wins it by 10.
I think the Vikings find a way to win, man, by 3.
You got the Vikings winning it by 3?
17-14.
What about you, DC? How you feel about this game?
Oh, well, you know I can't go against my outcast number.
Right. Big boy!
He going to have the love below all over them Vikings. And it's about to be a speaker box going on. It's going to get real loud and crazy in DC.
You think it's going to get ugly out there? You think it's going to be an ugly score?
No, because ball coach don't have that type of game. But if Minnesota don't come with their game plan, it can get like that. But it's going to be a grind out game. And I believe the Redskins going to win it by 7.
Okay. Now, Steelers-Jets. Did anybody smell an upset in this game?
Go ahead, DC.
I got the Steelers winning. Just
What about
because
you,
he's
Boone?
unknown.
What about you, Boone? You played him twice. I'm right with you. I think the Jets upset the Steelers in this game. I think the Jets move on to the divisional round. Most times when the AFC East team gets in the playoffs, they all call it a bye week. Nobody respects them. I think the Jets, oh my God, but I think the Jets secondary is lights out. If he can stop the run in this game, if he can slow down Dalvin Cook, I think he'll pull his win out. And I think the Jets win this game by 7 points. Nope, I'm going to say 6 points. And the game of the week here, you got Seattle, you got the 2 live crew members playing each other, Seattle and the Saints. Usually when they play each other, it gets real hectic over there. They talk shit to each other and all that shit. It's usually the Seahawks talking shit to the Saints, and the Saints motherfucking mad that he talking shit to him. This is the game that we are guaranteed to see at least 80 carries in this game. It's gonna be a counter it's gonna be a counter out this world type of game. This shit gonna be called the counter festive. The counter festive, that's what we gonna call it. Who you got winning this ball game?
Oh man, I got go ahead, DC.
Oh, okay. I got the Saints. I gotta go with my division mate. And I love his game. Seahawks did real well this season. They surprised the 49ers. Surprised me, but I think in the playoffs, the New Orleans Saints are a different animal, and they walk away with this game.
Okay, what's your score?
14.
14 points.
14.
Okay.
Yeah, 28-14.
14-point win for the Saints. Boone, what you got?
I got a low scoring game, man. I got another 17-14 game. Seahawks.
Seahawks pulling it out. Well, I'm on the same boat with you. Seahawks pulling it out. I'm going with the NFC West. Plus, I want that matchup again anyway. Seahawks is going to pull it out, and I think the Seahawks is going to be a low-scoring game. I think it'll be like a 10-6 type game, and Seahawks pull it out this time. That's our wild card round, and we hoping these games start to get played soon, man. These guys got to knock these games out, stop bullshitting. And what about these coaches that got fired and get their teams back? They better hurry up for advance for somebody else get them. Ain't nobody playing. Let's go. Father and son been fired. What's going on, L Train?
First off, man, ain't these the same 2 motherfuckers that came when he brought them in the league? Oh, this is gonna be the first father and son combo in the playoffs.
Right. Neither one of them in the playoffs yet. Hell no. Damn, father and son. Well, y'all did get the first. Y'all got the first father and sons that got fired.
The same day.
Y'all got fired the same day. How the fuck y'all get fired on y'all day off? Come on, man. Y'all stealing boxes. They got canned. These motherfuckers stealing everything. All right, stealing broadcasters or something. What the fuck going on? For real, man. I got to holler at my boy Lava. On your last season, you sure you want to walk out the league this way? I know you said you need a break from the Madden and all that, and we got your replacement sitting in the chat ready to take this team. But you sure you want to walk out like this, man? You sure? Is this what you really want to do? I'm going to leave it up to you to decide, man. I ain't going to boot you until you tell me to boot you. But, man, you might want to motherfucking give it one more go around before your ass walk out off of your last memory of RDL was, I got fired. You don't want that shit popping.
The way I'm looking at it looks like it was an honest fire.
Yeah. They told him, look, we gave you 5 seasons, my boy. This shit's ridiculous. We got to go another direction right now.
You look at LT over there sitting on the bench, too.
Yeah,
so
chilling.
Honest going on, man. It's a lot of honesty.
They was honestly fired. You can't even have a press conference, and the fans like, man, what the fuck? The fans call for this. The fans call for this, talking about we need a new coach. Fuck out of here. You better do something. Listen, man, that's RDL. That's our playoffs and awards year 5, man. Hopefully everybody tune in. All our YouTube subscribers, definitely tune into these games. We will have them shits broadcast for y'all to see them. And let's, keep doing what we doing, man. We got a lot of things going on, and it's going to be a big draft this season. Get those war rooms ready, fellas. Other than that, man, this Anthits the franchise guru. I am out of here. I'm here with the real boom. Tupac is back, and that man DC just coming off vacation in Vegas, baby. Yo, this guy was chilling with all fat bitches. Just so y'all know, he was chilling with all fat bitches. We saw it. He was comfortable. He was comfortable. Holla at me.